Just one of them. I've had one of those days. You ever one of those days?
But I don't have the way
I'm
I feel so much better.
having.
But
Oh,
let's go
I'm
back to the story.
talking. Let's go back to
So
the
walk
story.
in 20.
Let's just, one of those days, and I'm not sure why it's one of those days. One of those days where nothing was in the mood to do nothing today. Not that I'm not always. Was in the mood to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's exactly what I did. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. I paid some bills, got some things organized, but didn't film a blessed thing. Didn't pick the camera up. Did have breakfast with the crew this morning. I did have that. But did not feel like doing it. I just had this day. I didn't feel like doing anything. Didn't feel like vlogging. Didn't feel like cooking. Though I did make a fantastic dinner. I did make kibasi, turkey kibasi and sauerkraut. Oh, it was good. It was delish. So yeah, I had that. I just not in the mood to do anything. One of those days you just want to like pull the cover over your head and go back to sleep. Hello, Paula, Tiffany, Pat, Mel, Pat, another Pat, and Tiffany. Yeah. Honestly, we even felt like having something naughty. I did have something naughty, actually. What are you doing up? Rain stopped here. Oh, awesome, Lynn. I liked it. TikTok, I gotta get used to that fast, short format. I'm a chatter. I like this. I'm long-winded, so it's getting. Good morning. Good morning. I don't even know what time of day it is. Good evening, Rosemary. Good evening, Robin. Hello, Donna McKean. Yeah, I don't know what it is with me today. I didn't feel like showering. I could use a shower today. I'm a hot mess. Didn't feel like doing. Well, first it started off last night when the groomer called me to cancel Bailey's appointment. Not a good. I've been waiting over 2 weeks for him to see him. I'm not happy. I'm looking for a new groomer. I can't, and I'll call you today. Nothing. So, I'm taking him to PetSmart just to get him cut. I'm aggravated. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Hi, Cindy R. Awesome. Have a great time, Tiffany. It's early morning for Esther. Oh, good. I like when people are busy and they feel accomplished. I did not feel that day today. Hello, Marley. So, yeah, it's just that kind of day today. I just did not. That started off my day, and it just went downhill from there. But I am having a wonderful cup of the Davidson Organics Vanilla Cream Spice, because when I'm having a bad day, either green tea garden or vanilla cream spice usually makes me feel a little bit better. So we'll see if it helps. McLean, how you feeling? I logged onto Facebook this morning, but my web went out. Aww, that happens. The rest of the day sucked. I just had no desire to do anything today. Good evening, Sharon. Had no, Then I was going to, let me do something fun. Didn't feel like it. And then I thought, let me upload what I eat in a week today instead of tomorrow. Started to put it all together. Didn't feel like it. It'll go up tomorrow. You know what? I could take a day off. I took 2 days off. I didn't film yesterday either. I could take a few days off. Hey, I'm not curing cancer here. That's what I always say. I'm not curing cancer. I could take a few days off. Oh, I hear you, McLean. Fighting with the insurance companies. I'm having a cuppa. Maybe. I just have no, I was just one of those days I wanted to put my Netflix binge on, but I thought, oh no, I'll get nothing done then. So I did go in and I got ahead on my bills. So I did that. That's an accomplishment. I'm actually ahead. Shh. Don't let that get out. Let me get ahead. Oh, no, I always say I try not to take what I do seriously because, like, I'm not curing cancer. Like, that's a big deal. My life is not a big deal. So I don't need to, since I'm not curing cancer, those people are important. I'm not that important. So a lot of people think I'm important. I will say that. Hello, Elaine. Evening, Deborah. But the hamburger and fries after several friends stopped by to pay their respects. Ooh, nothing like a burger and fries. Yeah, well, I think I told you guys the story. Somebody wanted to send me the s'mores to give a review for. And I'm like, sure, I'll taste s'mores. Who am I? But when they came, when I went over the nutritional information, they were 15 points a s'more. And they're only like the little mini cups that, mini, I use for my pancake muffins. I said, listen, I think you're a sweetheart. I do. I said, but I can't sit there and condone a 15-point s'more. I said, I would never eat this for 15 points. I would never eat this. So I cannot come on there and say, because I wouldn't eat it. Sad but true, I would not eat it. I agree. You're welcome, McKean. You do the Dollar Tree. I love going to the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be going to the Dollar Tree a lot because it's right next to my new Weight Watchers workshop. Hey, Sarah. Thank you, Rosemary. There's a couple days to recoup. Oh, thank you, Robin. It could be worse, but you don't ever feel that way when you're in the midst of it, McLean. I always even call you McKean. You're McLean. We have a McKean. My leans and keens are getting confused. All right, I'll sit back, let you guys handle it. I did think of canceling the night, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to get my ass down there, Maybe this will be the push I need. I got up early. That's never good when I wake up before I'm supposed to. That's always starts my day off bad. Oh, I know. Oh, my God. And it's about signing this and signing that. And do you know this? Kathy, I want to tell you this funny story. My son had an accident a couple years back. And my oldest has his own insurance plan through a totally different company than we do. And when the insurance was going after the medical expenses, they went after his insurance. And I said, you have the wrong insurance. Our insurance company had the right to go after his insurance company to help pay medicals. I said, he wasn't involved in the accident because he lives under the same roof. They're entitled to go after that insurance company. I went, that makes 0 sense. 0 cents. I sleep really good. I usually do. The machine does help. In fact, my machine's being recalled. They haven't called. I was there last week. It was, I went Wednesday. Did I go Tuesday or Wednesday? I went Wednesday. So they haven't called yet. So he's going to PetSmart on Friday. I already made an appointment. Because I haven't heard from him. Here we go. 7:45 and I haven't heard from him yet. So I'm not waiting. I'm done. Again, I'm not arguing with anybody anymore. I told you, I'm just done with the arguing and the discussion. I'll just find somebody else. That's all. Chocolates. Oh, caramel. Oh, I love kettle corn. All right. Question for everyone. Robin's got a question. What snack food do you want to have zero? Chocolate. Yes, I agree with Robin. Chocolate. Has to be chocolate. I sit up watching the Olympics. Look at you. Look at you dragging yourself to the gym with 4 hours sleep. And here I am complaining. Drexel girl in Iowa. How are you? I'm good. I'm getting. It's one of those days where you just want to have those down days. You just need to, stick your... I should have spent the day under the blanket with some Netflix, and I didn't. Just chocolate. I remember we were at the last Weight Watchers change. We all said, chocolate's going to be 0 points. Erica McLean, it is heart healthy. But yeah, those s'mores. And so I did taste the s'mores. This, not on film because I told him, there's no way. And they weren't that great. For 15 points, they should have been earth-changing, and they weren't. I was like, these weren't even that good. Like I said, you're talking 15 points. I want decadence. I want yum. Speaking of decadence and yum, next week, I believe, I'm getting a new shipment of Built Bars this week to try. And they said we could say the name of it. So when I do the taste test, you're going to hear of the Rocky Road Built Bar. So I'm a little bit excited about that one. There's supposed to be chunks of stuff in there, so I think it's 4 points, but I'm excited to try it. In response to yesterday's chat, yoga, your single-serving mugs and mini loaf pans are so important. Aw, you're welcome. They are important. I agree. I agree with Pat. They are. That's why I find them. That's why I create them. That's why I obsess about them, because it's something I can make, eat, and be done with it. Because when it sits up there, I'm just not that strong to sit there and say, no, I'm not having it. I'm not that strong. I'm not that girl. Not that girl. Don't think I'll ever be that girl, unfortunately. Oh, Saturday and Sunday. I just had a Yasso chocolate chip cookie dough frozen Greek yogurt for 5 points. I wished I liked ice cream more. I don't know what it is, but I should be glad. That's one less thing. I would always buy them when they're on sale. I'd get them and they'd go freezer burnt because I wouldn't eat them. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I still have this stinking Nick's ice cream in my freezer that I did the taste test on like 2 months ago. No, I did. I'm lying. I finished the cookie dough. That was amazing. Good night, Esther. My favorite place to get the mini loaf pans is if you have a Christmas tree shop. That's my favorite place. Or if you go to like a Goodwill or like a craft fair, like a yard sale. I've gotten several. In fact, I just broke one that I got at a yard sale. This tea is so good though. Oh. Just want to dive head first into a bag of chips. I'm jonesing the salty stuff, but I didn't want to. Then having trouble getting a prescription filled, that really aggravated me. It's on back order. Thank God that's not earth shattering. Thank God it's not my heart valve. Thank God it's not for the, it's just crazy. You could try the one in Turnersville, yeah, because I want to go all the way to Turnersville to pick up my prescription. Good evening, Regina. There's several people that are West Coast. I know Lynn is West Coast. There are several people that are West Coast. Jersey. Oh, another Christmas tree shop? Oh, the Ninja Foodie. That's right. You're in UK. Esther is in London. Who just got off. Time for a roll call. I should do that every night. That would be fun. We should do a roll call every night. We could all say where we're from. Remind me to do the roll call, because I'll forget. Remind me, because you know I'm going to forget. No, tomorrow I take Bailey to the doctors first. It's really not the doctors. It's the physical therapist. She wanted to see him in a month. But he finished his therapy and see how he's doing. So I'm going to take him there tomorrow. That's tomorrow's agenda. That is 11 o'clock. When I should be at Clam Squad. I am in the hospital with... Oh my goodness, Regina. Absolutely. Let's all keep Regina in our prayer. She's in the hospital with pneumonia and fluid on her lungs. So please keep Regina in your prayers tonight. Absolutely. Well, Esther, I think she's in London. I think it's 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. I always forget. I want to say it's 12 o'clock. Or maybe it's 1 o'clock. Maybe it's 12:30. I think it's 12:30. Because the difference when we change the clocks. So that's what confuses me. Roll call on famous food in your state. Well, I'll start that one off. Famous food in my state is produce. So we would be blueberries and tomatoes and corn, as far as I know, is what Jersey is known for. Peaches too. Jersey peaches, corn, tomatoes, blueberries. So probably those four main things. Oh, Jesus. Well, let's keep Elaine in your prayers as well. Corn and pot roast. Oh, corn too. Jersey corn. I forgot about that one. We have the Silver Queen corn. That's really good. Chicken fried steak. Buffalo wings. Jermaine, good evening. We didn't go after the pie again, did we? I had to ask. But yeah, we're mostly produce. And I forgot about the corn. Or did I say corn? Corn, tomatoes, blueberries, peaches, and blueberries. Good girl. Our corn is the bomb. Good evening, Janet. So yeah, mostly produce. I don't know if we're so close to Philadelphia. I am born and raised in Philadelphia. We are known for hoagies and cheesesteaks and pretzels and tasty cakes and water, or as we would say, water. Buckeye cookies. Oh my God, I love those. I made Buckeyes once. Man, they were the bomb. Another thing I can't have around. Nothing like chocolate dipped in peanut butter balls dipped in some chocolate. Just saying. Hey, Maureen. We are saying what state we're from and what the famous food is. Food that's from there. I can't even talk. Baked beans. Isn't that interesting? Baked beans. Oh man, Buckeyes. A way to make Buckeyes low in points. I don't know. Maybe use peanut butter powder. No, do with peanut butter powder. I do not like baked beans. I love beans, You know I love my beans. Well, I shouldn't say love beans. I think beans are filling and satiating. I don't know if I love them. I tolerate them. But baked beans, I don't like the barbecue-ness of them. Avocados, yum. Biscuits and gravy. Brown bread. I've heard of brown bread. Awesome. Chester, PA. I'm from Philly, PA, which is next to Bucks County. Yeah, because Chester's over here, and I was over here because you have Delaware County, then Chester County. Oh no, Elaine. Oranges, almonds, avocados, strawberries. Oh, fruits and veggies. Barbecued pork. Yum. I've never had brown bread. I mean, I've had brown bread. Didn't know if I had the famous brown bread. Maple syrup. Man, that takes everything, man. Nothing like me. Fresh from the tap. Robin asked, what is brown bread? Somebody want to jump in with that one? Because I have no idea. I just know unless I'm thinking of brown flour, like I'm thinking pumpernickel. Yep, home of the taps. Oh, thank you, Maureen. I have a funny feeling it's not going to be here this coming week. I mean, I didn't have a bad weekend, but right now, I'm not motivated. I'm just coasting, which sometimes is good. I say this a lot of times. Sometimes if you're not, as long as you're not having a baby and you're coasting, that's always a win. It's molasses bread. Oh, that sounds delightful. I love is that the one that comes in the can? I've seen canned bread, but I have no idea why it's in a can. But I wonder if that's the same thing. I love molasses. I mean, who doesn't love? My mother used to make a cake. It was she called it Washington cake, but it was fantastic. Oh, I made what did I make with molasses? There's a couple recipes on my channel I was making with molasses because I had it open. And when you have it open, you got to use it. I made several things. I called it gingerbread. I made all gingerbread stuff. Okay, in a can. I knew that. Which is just a little bit crazy that I'd know that. Cheese and brats. Excuse me. Oh my God. Exactly. You're just staying the course. And sometimes it can be a good thing. So, I mean, I'm still following very loosely, but yeah, more than, like I said, I could have went and ate that whole stick and s'more because it was only this big. 15 points. I said, even if I ate half for 7, I wouldn't do that. I said, I can't do something I wouldn't do. I'm not that type of person to sit there and say, hey, no. And honestly, it wasn't even good for 7 points. I was like, yeah, I was a little bit sad thinking, well, if it's 14 points, maybe it's like life-changing. You have this dessert that's just like so decadent and fabulous that you'd be like, oh my God, yes? Yeah. Not sure about that one. Oh, the raisins. You had me until the raisins. Yeah, that's a hard no for me. Oh, that's what I had, a low point root beer float. Do you remember last week in my my fizz cup? Which, let me tell you something, that came out pretty good. My son loved it. Silver Queen corn and craft beer. We're also known here, which is a little bit funny, and I'm going to say this out loud, for our wine vineyards. They say I don't know if it's the soil or I don't think it's the temperature, but we have very good soil like they do in France, which I do find a bit hysterical. But the vineyards that are popping up here, It's crazy. Crazy the amount of vineyards we have in my area. I mean, I could easily get to 4 of them in the local area that right within a few miles of each other. We have vineyards popping up everywhere. So I'd say we're almost known for wine these days. None that I like, of course. Oh, this tea is so good. I think it's just, it's white corn. And I don't know if it's this type of seed, but they call it Jersey silver green corn. I'm not even sure. You know, it's just, it's white. It's really sweet. It's really good. Awesome, McLean. Anytime. Do you know you couldn't get a new car? They're not bringing new cars in. Apparently there's some kind of shortage with these chips that these cars need. Luckily, my husband got his when we did, because I still be driving that big old hearse out there. Because, you know, I didn't like that car. I made no bones about that one. Yes, they always have live music. This one we go to, they just remodeled and they put a kitchen in. The food they're pumping out of there is amazing. Oh my God, it's so good. Like, oh, delicious. I hate going there because their charcuterie boards are world renowned. Philly, I watched Rocky in the past weekend. Yes, that's South Philly, that where Rocky was filmed. I'm more northeast. It's a little bit more, not quite as, I don't know what I'm looking for. It's that, well, I mean, it's the same area, but it's probably 20 minutes from there. Luigi. That's what I use my fizz cup for. You put the fizz cup on top of the diet root beer, and then in the little well, I put the NYX vanilla ice cream. I put the cap on, and when I poured the soda up, the soda came through the top, and it foamed and went through the ice cream, and then there's a little bit of a spout, and then it came through the spout. Something different, you know. Yep, he rode down at the famous Rocky when he runs up the well, right there where he ran up the steps of the art museum, they put a big replica of him with his boxing gloves like this up there. So if you go to the art museum, you could stand next to the Rocky statue. Originally, they had it down where he had his match down at the Spectrum, but that since has been torn down. So they put it at the art museum where he had this famous run up. Everybody goes to the art museum, runs up the steps. And it's like the famous iconic scene. My eyes open. Up late watching Virgin River. Oh, did you guys see that I finally have the correct web address? www.dishwithd.com for the website. No more dashes. Took me long enough. Talk about a labor of stress. I am technically challenged, but it's there and it's working. Now, eventually I will I don't know, honestly, I'm thinking to myself, why do I even bother? What was wrong with my recipe blog? I think because the blog is not emailing. I think this is probably what happened. The recipe blog is doing away with the emails. Once I upload on the blog, they would send you an email saying, Dish with D uploaded her broccoli quiche. They stopped doing that in the beginning of June. So I was upset about that because I think that's a great thing. I think it's great. This way you get it in your inbox. You don't have to worry about going and finding it. It comes to you. And it was disappointing to me. So I thought I need to just, upgrade. And that's what happened. I can't remember what happened. Like, why did I decide to do all this malarkey? And that's what happened. I forgot about that. So that is why I upgraded. So I have a website, which is much nicer than the blog, honestly. It gives me more room. I'm going to start doing blog posts on there now that it's up and running. I'm going to be posting blog posts on there. Just kind of like thoughts of the day. And like a day today would be a great day for a blog post. When you're feeling crappy, you're just feeling unmotivated, and you just need to, thank you, Luigi. But now the other site, the dishwithd.org, the blog, original blog, I have it for a year. I paid to have it kept up. It was only like $8 to keep up. This way I could transition slowly over. Because there's like a few hundred recipes I need to transfer over. And I thought, if I'm stressed trying to get them over, it's just going to drive me nuts. So I thought, for I think it was $8 or $10, I can just keep it up. It's dishwithd.org is the original one. Nothing new will go on there. Everything new goes on the website. But I will eventually just transition recipe by recipe, do a few every day, and just stick them over there. So I kind of figured out how to load the pictures on. Apparently my camera, I got to change the setting on my camera. My camera takes pictures in high efficiency, which the website doesn't upload in. I keep forgetting to change the setting. It drives me nuts. It's the little things that you have to know. I have to get rid of the phone. That's the next big purchase will be a vlogging camera. I think I'm going to take it easy on myself once the dog's vet bill. I have one more payment on the vet bill. One more payment, and his surgery is paid off from February. So once that's paid off, I think I'm going to invest in a vlogging camera. This way I'm not tethered to my phone, which I do think is hard. Especially when you're filming, you want to look up something on your phone. Well, I can't because I'm filming on it. There's things I need to be able to look at the phone. So I'm in the market. Hello, Sue. I'm sorry, I'm rambling as I often do. So I'm in the market for a good vlogging camera. That's the next big purchase. So, and this way I don't have SD cards. You just pop the SD card. Of course, Luigi, the MacBook doesn't have an SD card reader. So I have to buy an SD card reader to hit on my laptop. I'm like, luckily I figured that out before I purchased the camera. Like, imagine all of a sudden, how do I get this in here? Yeah. I love my MacBook. I do. It's fabulous. It's powerful, but I don't have a USB port. I don't have an SD card reader. I could use. Two things I could use. Good night, Robin. Good night. Yeah, apparently they think the phones, you don't have the jack anymore for your headphones because they want you to go to wireless. That's the whole idea with that one. Tomorrow's your birthday. Well, happy birthday. You have any big plans? Might I suggest making a party cake loaf? I made that on my birthday last year. It's delish. Eventually, and I keep saying this too, I have serious issues. I want to get this place organized. I have a cork board over here that I was going to get rid of. My son didn't want it, so I was just going to get rid of it. But I thought, wait a minute, that would be great to put back here. And I could highlight people back here. Wouldn't that be fun? You get highlighted as Dish with D, member of the month, or member of the day, or member of the week. I have so many fun ideas, and I just have no gumption to plan anything because I'm so unorganized. Kroger's are closing most of their stores? Ooh, that's not good. I know a lot of people love Kroger. Yeah, I can buy adapters. You got that right. Oh, a mug cake. That's good too. Put a little peanut butter glaze on that sucker. love me a good mug cake. I'm jonesing for now because my son mentioned it. Little sucker. A chocolate chip cake. Oh, I know what I can make. Wait a minute. Sometimes I get these ideas, again, they come out of nowhere. This may be tomorrow's video because I'm really thinking about it. Right now it sounds phenomenal. Are you bracing yourselves? Because I share, I share. I know there's probably people listening who don't tell me that they're here, but I will tell it anyway. A mug cake, right? Layered with ice cream. An ice cream cake. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds really good. Bought some veggies and fruit at the farmer's market. Oh, because it's grown with loving care. When you grow with loving care, they just do taste better. Hello, Marilyn. But yes, how about a ice cream cake in a mug? Oh, what we do, you have to cook the cake. You have to let it cool. And then in the mug, layer the ice cream. You can cut the cake in half, do maybe ice cream. No, you'd have to measure it, of course. Ice cream, or no, cake, ice cream, cake, ice cream. That could work. Rum chata cupcakes. I love rum chata. I love rum chata. This reminds me of rum chata, this tea. I don't know why, but it does. This vanilla cream spice. I mean, I can see a splash of rum chata would be very good in this. Mm-hmm. It's my favorite Davidson's tea. It is very desserty, and it reminds me of cake. I mean, in a very obscure way. It's not cake, it's tea, and I know the difference. But, yeah. Ice cream cake in a mug. I'm out of sugar-free caramel syrup, though. And I'm out of sugar-free chocolate syrup. Actually, I'm not. I'm lying. I do have the Choc Zero caramel and chocolate syrup. Hello, Ellen. $5 points a shot. That's some big points for a shot. But it's better than the 15 points for that s'more. I'm going to post a picture of how small these s'mores are in the Facebook group. I'm like, normally I hate to do that. I hate to turn somebody down because all he wants me to do is taste it. It's not like he wants me to sell it. He just wants me to taste it. But I can't justify talking about something that people shouldn't be. I would never tell them to eat it. So I said, I can't even taste it. I feel bad about it, but no. $15. I said, 15 points. That's just insane. I am not a huge fan of the red rose dessert teas. I'm not sure why. I think because they're too fruity. I like my fruit cold, not hot. I do have a regatta, I have a, which is fantastic. I have a cannoli bread pudding on the channel that's off the hook. I do have a cannoli donut on the channel that's off the hook. I do have a regatta, as we would say, a regatta cheesecake here on the channel that's pretty good. But it's hard to get fat-free. I know a lot of people can't get the fat-free regatta. Oh, have a wonderful night. I mean, good night, Elaine. Have a wonderful sleep. So yes, so I do have, like I said, I also have cannoli stuffed French toast here on the channel as well. So I've done quite a few things with regatta cheese, I will say. I'm, especially when you get that tub of fat-free, I have to use it up because we're going to do with it. I would love to make a regatta cookies. If you've ever had regatta cookies, they are divine. Oh, so good. It's hard to get a low point cookie. I mean, God, between the flour and everything and the butter, you gotta have some fat in that cookie. But yeah, I have the trifecta of, I should have made a cannoli playlist. A cannoli donut, the bread pudding. It's fantastic. And it looks so pretty. In the thumbnail picture, I remember thinking it looked like it went to a restaurant. That's how beautiful it came out. I remember when I taking a picture, I'm like, my God, that looks gorgeous. I don't often say that about my food, but it was beautiful. Yeah, I'm all about, lemon, all my teas fruity have to be, though I do like the Davidson's, pear warm. Oh, it's another one of my favorites. Yes, you absolutely use 2-ingredient dough. I have a couple recipes, videos on the channel where I make a hand pie. I have a peach hand pie. I think I have an apple one where I use the crock pot apples from Hungry Girl. I have, where I made a bear claw when I rolled it out and then I put a little bit of, I came with some butter spray, some cinnamon and some monk fruit, and I rolled it. I was going to make cinnamon rolls. That's just what happened. I was going to make cinnamon rolls. But the dough was so soft that I didn't dare cut it. So I only cut it in half because it was going to fall apart. So I just left it. But boy, was that tender and delicious. That video, if you see me when I eat it, it's like, oh my gosh, it was just phenomenal. Little Italy in Rochester. That's a great place to be. There's the Luigi. That's Fast Fingers Luigi, we call her. You're welcome. I think it would probably be better iced than hot, in my opinion, Janet. I mean, I'm just like that with fruit teas. Like, there's a couple, like, blackberry and blueberry. Not a fan of it hot. I don't like hot fruit, I guess. But the peach hand pies. Oh, the peach hand pies. I was in a collab a couple of years ago with a very obscure group of women, and it was a peach collab. And she asked me, I'm like, sure, I'll be in it. I didn't know them. Totally different, wasn't even a Weight Watchers circle of friends, but I went in anyway, and I thought, I'll make peach hand pies. And man, they were good. Because I made, I threw a little bit of bourbon with my peaches, because, a splash of bourbon never hurt anybody. It was in the whole entire recipe, so, or was it amaretto? I always forget. I get my bourbon and my amaretto confused, but. Maureen. Oh. Maybe you should keep it that way. Because once you have one. Now, I'm not a fan. Some of them put the citron in it. No. I just like my cheese and my cinnamon and my chips. And my little bit and sweetener. So good. Like I said, I can eat the filling. It doesn't have to be in a shell, but, Oh, Maureen. Strawberry tea. That's another one. Strawberry cheesecake tea. I don't know. Don't know if I'd like that. It might be. I think I would try it cold. But that's no guarantee. But especially lemon. I do not like hot lemon tea. That has to be iced. Any lemon tea, it's always cold. I want my first cannoli to be from the real Italian place. Oh yeah. And don't get the chocolate or the custard one. You get the cheese one. Because some people try to pass those suckers off as cannolis, and it's not. No, you gotta have the cheese. I didn't make the apple flautas yet, Tony. I did not. I've taken a couple of days off, but they're in my orbit. Oh, I love cannoli. That's why I have like 3 or 4 things made with cannoli filling. Well, the pistachios I could live with. I don't like the citron. I don't like lemon and orange peels. No. But, oh yeah, the pistachio, I'm all over that. Me too, because I have the little tortillas that would be fabulous. I think the ones from Mr. Tortilla. Can't forget that name. I believe his little low carb ones are 4 for a point. So I thought I could, and I was thinking if I put them in the oven on the rack and hold them over, like put them down, maybe they would curve over, they would toast up like a taco. That's my game plan. Where people would put them around a dish, like a nice little 8x8 pan, you can drape them over, they would probably bake too. Oh, I know. Well, I just passed it off to Joan if I don't like it. Here! That's what I do with tea. I don't like. I give it away. Because I hate to throw it away. And she takes anything tea-wise. So I give her all my discarded tea. And most times it's fruit tea, so she's always happy to take it. And she likes all that Earl Grey. Oh, that to me is the worst of all teas. I cannot, for the life of me, get Earl Grey down. Some days it's like dirty socks. I'm thinking it's that bergamot. I think it just it's heinous. I don't know. It's like to me, you might as well drink coffee. It's like it's bitter. It's just I can't get it down. Won't no. Mm-mm. Made 2-ingredient dough for it's funny when you're first on WW, you're making 2-ingredient dough everything. It's like, what could I do with 2-ingredient? Now it's like, I can't remember the last time I made 2-ingredient dough. I need to make bagels. I haven't had a bagel for a while. I have some beautiful avocado. Maybe tomorrow we'll make some bagels. What do you think? I think I might have to. Yeah, I can't. I just can't. I mean, Davidson's, honestly, they sent me like some tea when I joined. And, of course, they sent me Earl Grey. I'm like, you sent me Earl Grey. But actually, for Earl Grey, it was a decent Earl Grey. I still got rid of it. But it didn't want to make me vomit. Most times I can't go down. All right, Paula. Maybe I'll go live and make 2-ingredient dough and chat with you guys tomorrow. That would be fun. I did that once. If you don't remember, one of my lives, my night lives, I started off in the kitchen and we made 2-ingredient dough. Then we went and chatted, and then I took it out of the oven. I took these back in the kitchen and we took it out of the oven. That was fun. Something different. I think that was like last summer. You know, to me, it's all about doing the lives. I hate to film. I should have a blooper reel because, oh my gosh. I am so better when I just off the cuff and I just do it. When I have to film, the amount of mistakes that I make, the amount of flubs that I make. And I can't sometimes you can flub and keep going. I flub and curse and I get really antsy, so I have to stop. But yeah. With no sugar as cornflowers in it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would I wouldn't take a chance with Earl Grey with me. No. And it's funny. And I'm a person that's very, with my 2-ingredient dough, I don't play around with it. Mm-mm. Hence why I don't have bagel-shaped bagels, because you know what, I ain't got time to be shaping those things. It's too sticky, you know. Once it comes together as a dough, I divide it in 4, and I don't even weigh and measure them. I give them, I eyeball them. I figure one day I'll have too much, one day I won't have enough. It equals out in the wash. But I just slap those. In fact, in that video, I'm almost sure I do it that way. I slap them on a tray. That's why I have bagel buns. Because really, do you need the hole in the middle? I lose stuff in that hole. All my avocado falls through. This way, I have a nice flat surface from avocado. It works for me. I used to do, with the other group, before I guess I had my own group, but nobody joined. So back when COVID started, that's where Breakfast with D came. I would make my breakfast and we would chat. And one time I made a 2-ingredient dough pizza. I think if did I ever make a calzone? Where do you can even find them? But it was hilarious. I would just, and this one lady said to me, because here's the funny thing, I made the pizza ahead of time because I didn't want people to wait, because the crust takes like, 15 minutes to cook. You have to load the stuff on and it bakes for another few minutes. So I didn't want to be on there an hour. So I baked the crust ahead of time. So I made it, then I went on live and made another one. And she says, your counter's, full of flour. You really should have cleaned that up. I just made a freaking pizza crust. That's why it's flour. That's what she was worried about. My counter, my workspace had flour on it. Well, yeah, because I just made a crust so you didn't have to wait and I can get this pizza cooked. I know it just annoys me that some people have a lot to say about things that really I'm like going, that's what you got out of this. That's what you took away from this. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Some days, and sometimes I have very low filter when days I'm a little aggravated. That was not a good day for me. Well, the sad part was, as I put lip gloss on, lips are chapped. The people watching attacked her. I kind of felt bad for her after, because they were like, "Oh my gosh, if she," and then she felt really bad. It was bad. It was bad. Pumpkin girl, hello, Nancy. But do you eat spaghetti often? It depends if Timmy's home. If Timmy's home, we do. If he's not, I try not to. I don't feel it's too many. You're gonna laugh when I say this. Growing up Italian, we had pasta 2 to 3 times a week. I don't really desire to eat it. Now not my one son does it. Timmy does. Timmy's pasta obsessed. So when he's home, we have it once a week. It's not. That's probably. But when I eat it, I do like it. Let's face it. I love that more than a cup. But I don't really desire it, only because I've had it so much. You know what I'm saying? It's not something. I'd rather have rice or something like that. But yes. So I do have it. Another WW channel, and made 2-ingredient dough and turned it into little round buns and toasted, make into sandwiches. I don't, Rosemary. My one thing about slicing them before you freeze them, there's more of a risk of freezer burn. So I would suggest, this is only my personal opinion, I always freeze mine. I take them out, let them cool. I wrap them in saran wrap, and then I put them in a freezer type bag. I would not slice them because that's just a space where I would find that would get freezer burn. That's my only thing. But they do freeze beautifully. Oh, gee, I just don't know why people look at stuff like that. I have a whole playlist on my Italian favorites. I started making a playlist. Some of them are friendly. Some of them are just traditional recipes. I always say, nothing is off limits in a portion. I don't, let's put it this way, I don't take grief from people. If somebody's going to be nasty to me, I'm not going to sit there and, I'm not going to allow you to be nasty to me. You don't have to watch. That's one of my famous lines is, you don't have to, if you don't like it, then don't watch it. I'm not, especially now, I've gotten that way. Maybe a year ago, it might have been differently. But last year, I've gotten, I don't care. This is my channel. This is who I am. Like, if you don't like me, you don't have to. You don't have to watch. I've said that in many videos. Last year, I was all out to be Miss, perfect YouTuber. And then I decided, you know what? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm being me, and if nobody likes me, they don't like me. You don't have to. I'm sure there's somebody out there that you could watch that you would enjoy. But yeah, because People are very opinionated behind the keyboard. Would they say these things to your face? Probably not, but they could type it out because they could never say that to you directly, but they could type it. So yeah, you have to take that too, because there's people that are just keyboard warriors. They're very strong behind their keyboard. It's like the people that give you a thumbs down on videos. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you go. I would never give somebody a thumbs down. There's a lot of content I don't like. That doesn't mean I'm going to give it a thumbs down. It's just something I don't like. Doesn't mean somebody else isn't going to like it. I never understood. The thumbs down. I don't know. There you go. Your favorite. Oh, I have a couple good things on there. I have a 0 point marinara on there. That's fantastic. Oh, they don't last that long. Oh, you wrap each half. Oh, that's way too much work, girlfriend. That's way too much. See, I'm all about quick, get in and out of that kitchen. So to sit there and cut them and wrap each half, I commend you. I commend you. Yeah, that's just above my tolerance for being in the kitchen. As soon as those suckers are cool, they're wrapped, thrown in the bag, and thrown in the freezer. I resist. Hello, Heather. There have been times when you were patient and kind to me when I would have ripped someone. Well, sometimes I'm feeling them around because I'm not quite sure what they meant, because sometimes you can misread a comment because you don't know the person's intent. And that's hard trying to interpret comments. Like, unless you're in capitals and have a lot of exclamation points, I don't really know if you're upset or not. So I have to listen to the next comment that they make before I read into something like that. Oh yeah, some people they like to be the Nelly negative, or they like to get the rise out of somebody. How could I be mean? And it's because they enjoy being mean. And I got enough time to be mean. But yes, I what I do is I'm being nice. I'm seeing if it's just because, like I said, I've many times you can misread a comment. So sometimes I have to just be feel around, and then I realize yeah, you're gone. Switch to purple temporarily just to change it up. How do I count unsweetened cashew milk? It's the same. It's the same on all plans. 3/4 of a cup is 1 point. 3/4 of a cup to a cup and a half, I believe, is 1 point. So if you have under 3/4 of a cup, you don't have to count it. We haven't seen, I hate to say it out loud, we haven't seen our girlfriend for a while. It's been a while since she's darkened our doorstep. It's been a while. Been a while. I hate to say it out loud because now she's going to come in. I'm wishing her to come in by saying her name out. I'm not saying her name. I'm not going to do it. But yes, sir, here's a quick, and I know a lot of people ask this, and I'm just, not that I'm, but unless it's on the 0 point food list, it's the same on all plans. People say, what's a Built Bar on green? The Built Bar on green is the same as a Built Bar on blue and purple. If it's not on the 0 point food list and doesn't have the 0 point ingredients in it, it's always the same. So that's just a quick little, good night, Maureen. But that's always a quickie. But sometimes if it has mixed ingredients, like the Weight Watchers oatmeal cups that they sell online, they're the same on all plans. Well, how the hell is that when oats are 0 on purple? I was talking to the WW coach because I'm thinking that's not fair. Well, there's other ingredients. I understand there's other ingredients, and I totally think they should be points. But why am I counting the oats? Doesn't seem fair. They should be 1 point less for purple. But they're not. They're the same on all plans. So that, again, doesn't seem fair to me. Again, I don't make the rules. But I always say, count it as you wish, which is what I do. I take a point off. I put it in my tracker as 2 and not 3. makes me feel better, but yeah, it's a point. But it's just the thing. I'm thinking to myself, if I'm on a purple plan where oats are 0, why am I charged for it? Well, I was just saying, like, it doesn't make sense that you're going to charge the same on all 3 plans when it shouldn't be. And I'm not a rocket scientist, but it doesn't hurt to be kind. All right, Lynn. Have a great evening yourself. I'm actually going to be heading out too. It's actually after 8:30. Again, I've been talking way too long. This actually hour flew by, considering I was in a slump when I came in. But I thank you all for joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure to spend an hour with you. You guys got me all pepped up now. Yeah, the whole fruit smoothie thing. That's what I make my oat bakes that I'm making from TikTok. You put everything in a blender. Oh, Luigi, they're phenomenal. You put, tell you real quick. Half a cup of rolled oats, half a cup of cashew milk, half a banana, baking powder, a little bit of salt, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and you put it in your magic bullet and you blend it and you pour it in a little ramekin and you bake it for like 25 minutes. It's fantastic. It's creamy. But Weight Watchers would say, well, you're grinding the oats, so they have to be considered oat flour. So you should count it. Yeah, I'm not doing it. But I think it's fabulous. I have it. I don't know if I have a video. I have it on TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, you should. It's Dish with D, one word. It's this, I believe. That's what you find me on TikTok. I have a lot of fun there. I've just started doing it in the last couple weeks. You put short little videos. And I've done my rolled pancakes, and I've done a couple oat bakes, and it's just fun to go on there and do. It's a different platform, spreading the love around, spreading the Dish with D message around. All right. Oh, the chocolate kisses. You all have a good night. I will talk to you tomorrow. I will be here. Have a great night. Don't forget to give a thumbs up before you leave. I appreciate it. Have a great one.